clicks coming out from the TB, but that's the kind of saving grace I see here. Apart from that, I do get a little bit concerned, as they are going to run right into each other. 5v5 engagement might break out very soon, though they narrowly avoid each other.
It's quite the dodge.
Wow. Watch is taken. So they're going to fight over this bottom river bounty by the looks of it, unless SKG continue to wrap around.
30 seconds.
Oh, Mer. Oh, what?
Yeah, tips.
There was nothing else to set up. I guess there isn't. Mer didn't even flinch. He just kept walking. He's like,
maybe he wasn't even aware. You know, he's just clicking on the mini map instead. It's like, huh? It's all right.
Okay, well, it should be a 2 for 2 on bounties, I believe. As Lelis is on the wrong side of the map right now. Lelis just hiding behind, pretending to be a tree. Ducho will not notice. Lelis is maybe just going to run south, but now Nine's going to find him. No, runs back up north. We'll see Nine on the Watcher. Nine will take back the Watcher. Lelis is still pretending to be a tree.
It does block the vision, you know? You stay in that one spot, you're fine.
That's a big horse, Jonathan. I'm not sure how the tree's blocking the vision.
Oh, you can shrink down a horse very finely, Mike.
Lelis is going to try for an early first blood, I think. Has level 1 blinding light. 9 is going to be the target. He does have level 1 arrow, so no leap charges available. Husky already getting the damage off, and 9 is just dead. Husky secures the first blood. And Lelis, with his position, actually ends up helping get first blood. Look at that, John.
Yeah, just good hiding, good flank out, knowing that the arrow is committed on to move, so they can just go in and bully. Nice little pickup coming out here already for the side of Nouns, as that does set up well. I mean, you don't really get activity there from Yamson, but you're more than happy to just have your lane open up a little bit more. Still, arrow does connect, but kill threat isn't that high. You don't have the spear ready on Ducho.
Nine might be dead. Looks like Husky will have to leave it. Did have a sticky bomb, but a bit too late, as Yamson's dropping a little bit too low, but Ducho's out of spells to throw out. Sadly, was one creep away from level 2 as Yamson juke out the arrow. Ducho desperately wanting the level 2 mark so he can have the spear up. Now doesn't have it available. So he can try for Yamson's life, but probably won't have quite enough, even if he does land the spear.
Yeah, just a little bit too late, but very fortunate. Oh,
yeah, Nine's still level 1, John. 9 is still level 1, and the spear's not going to land. Husky secures the kill for himself again. Is Ducho, he's using a lot of time for this, but he does get the kill. Well worth it.
You find a trade. I'm pretty sure you're happy enough to just reset there on Husky. And already, again, a solid start for Nouns. Yamson's just getting all the farm he wants. No real contention there. Still taking a look at that mid. Gunner on his Pango up against Lund on that Storm. And Lund is having a better time. I mean, you generally do have a better time on the Storm up against the Pango lane. It's much easier for you to harass. You can just keep clearing out the creep wave, try to overload spam Gunner, and he can't really trade back unless he commits the swash or shield crash. So a nice different note coming out from SKG. Lund having, again, that comfort in the Storm to just be able to meet some timings. The aggression never ends down bot, though. Just always keeping 9 down.
I mean, 9, at least he has level 2 now, but he hasn't skilled up Leap yet. It seems like he's thinking about going for Starstream. Oh, and even the creeps are going after the poor guy now. Husky, gonna try for the blast off. 9, gonna avoid it. Sticky bomb's gonna land. Husky, it is a level 1 sticky bomb, so it's not gonna do too much damage. 9 will be okay to walk his way out. But I don't know if he can actually go back to the lane like this.
Yeah, no, it's not a good time to head into the lane too. He'll try to make a play mid. He can nab an arrow with a vortex, but it's a bit too far forward for Lund. And the scan's there anyway.
Well, they know he's there. Gunner will keep an eye out for the arrow to come from the right side. And for 9, it's, he's trying. As the top lane, Jubei actually finds Moo on the Pulse 3 Earthshaker. So a pretty big pick off here for SKG at the top lane.
That is something that you'd want to see. Again, a little bit of a rougher lane for the Shaker. Even Lullis. Pretty damn
charges. He'll survive. Does have a salve as well for himself, so he'll be able to remain in the lane. His bottom, Ducho falling quite low himself on the Mars, will also survive, but has no regen to speak of, so he might be kind of screwed down at the bot lane. Like, what do you do now without regen? 9's got none either. Corey is coming out with a salve. So we'll have to wait for that.
Just let Yamson farm try to soak some EXP up. It's not the best thing in the world, but at the least you're not dead. Still, Ducho 14-1. Severely behind in the CS department, just not able to do much. He salves up now. He's got a bracer, but could easily just get ripped apart. At least Metamorphosis is down for a full minute 40. So you don't have to worry about that. Again, you saw some signs of life early on from SKG going for those 2 kills, but as far as the lane goes, like every core of nouns is pretty much up there outside of Lund having a much better time than Gunner. Even then, it's not by that much of a margin.
Top lane, Moo being jumped, but he does get a fair bit of damage off. Problem is now he's copying the raise damage from Leonidas, and he's going to drop once again. Very hard lane matchup here for Moo. Still level 4 on the Earthshaker. And to be fair, SKG are level 4 at the top lane as well, but it does seem like they've got this lane's well and truly under their control.
Yeah, it's a melee matchup up against PSF, although...
Never mind, Husky's here. Beautiful thing about the Twin Gates, just allows you to do this on Husky. Securing a very nice kill on the techies. 3rd one of the game for him already. So he can literally just go back to the bot lane if he wants to. Mid. Gunner popping the Rolling Thunder to make sure he does not get taken out here by the Storm Silencer. And finds himself a nice little bounty rune, but he's going to have to get his way out of it.
Good aggression coming out from Sand King Gómez just to force out a defensive role on the side of Nouns early on, so you're not scared of any early rotations to try to play off the back of that, try to find a kill. You get the haste rune up and running as well for Lund in the bottle. So he's ready to perhaps get a side lane rotation down the line if he sees that opportunity. And it does feel like he needs to make some action happen, because you're having a decent time for your SF, but he's not going to join these fights too early on. You've had a much slower start on Ducho. You kind of need to compensate for that. Mars not going great. To be fair, Moo's also not doing so hot, but he will, no matter what, the Shaker will kind of look for farm anyway. Does go for the early Vanguard on Moo, so has some protection up. I'm curious to see if this is like an Aura build Shaker or if we still see the Blink prioritized here.
I think the Blink should be the play, but I say that he's still unqueuing. Like we don't know exactly what he's going to want. It feels like one of those games though where you do want the setup here from the Shaker. We'll see. Give Moo some time to decide. At the very least, a much closer game so far between these two. Like, still less than 1k advantage the way of Nouns. SKG doing a pretty good job in the laning stage here. It's all about what happens once you get into the mid game. It's where the big problems happened last time around. I mean, you still got the issue of Yamson being top of the net worth board on the TB, and thing is with Terrorblade is he doesn't tend to really slow down once he hits jungle, especially with all these agility items up. He just use those illusions. Very, very quick process here for Yamson. So chances are he's going to be at the top of the net worth board for quite a long time.
He's going to be able to sit back and farm, no problem. This is where the Terrorblade does shine. Just use the illusions to keep clearing out the map. No one's checking up on him. Ducho does get some recovery time in his own lane, but you're kind of happy about this. Like, Terrorblade's just going to be able to take over. The SF can kind of keep up, but it's not really an illusion hero. And illusion heroes just have been having a really good time when it comes to farm. Just the expanded map giving them more jungle space to occupy does feel pretty damn strong for these kind of heavy farmers. Sand King Gómez, for their part, they've had 6 for a while on Lund. Does have his Falcon Blade, is going for the Witchblade next. So, not going to be too far off. And
Mid lane, Vortex, Arrow. It's all going to land onto Gunnar. It'll be a huge pick-off, but he gets some stick charges off in time. Problem is the Global Silence is not going to allow the Rolling Thunder to come out. So they will get a huge pick, but now with mana looking very, very low, Moo's trying to move in. Blast off is going to land on at least one. They would love Lund instead, but they will not get it. Lund is going to be just fine. And so will be 9.
Yeah. Managed to bail out. They sacrificed Jubei, but not the biggest loss after finding that kill in the Pango. Now it's just taking what they can get. Still, you are getting a lot of free space out for Yamson, and but misses the swash.
Ducho, meanwhile, bottom lane, gets the arena down, and it is going to buy him quite a bit of time, but the problem is Gunnar can just keep chasing. Oh, he didn't actually hit Ducho, so he doesn't know he's there. Ducho is actually fine to just TP in the Roshan pit. How unfortunate for Nouns.
Just 2 missed swashes on Gunnar. Missing the swash to start and the swash to follow through. Does allow a little bit of an escape for SKG. That does cost him arena, but you don't mind. Like, you're stalling out this aggression that Nouns is trying to look for. They'll have to try and take this bot tier 1 instead, which will open up Wisdom Rune control for the 14-minute mark if they do find us uncontested. Dutro's still hanging around the area, but without the threat of arena, I don't think you're really going to be able to do as much in that lane. Well, for the side of SKG, as you mentioned, Mike, a much better start to this game than it was in game 1. Even kill board, less than 1k net rate lead up for Nouns, but pretty much playable for the side of SKG. As long as they don't bleed out in the same way as we saw game 1. Just maintain this equilibrium, keep that farm game going on Leonidas, get these early item beats on Lund. Again, you can bring that fight to Nouns this time around.
They're going to see the rotation up top lane. Like, there was an observer ward on the twin gates there, so Leonidas is very well aware that Gunnar's rotated. Just back his way out at the right moment. Bottom lane, SKG, they have 2, and they'll start pressuring the bottom tier 1 tower with the siege creep. Trying to mirror exactly what Nouns doing at the top lane. Husky is just staying around by himself. Just pushing out the wave. It's kind of funny with the items that this techies has. He has almost 100 damage at level 6. The right click damage, that is. Ducho. They need a run. Reflection was committed by Yamson. Lilith does eventually get the Solar Bind. Blinding Light is available as well, but I think Ducho is well and truly far enough. He's even got the raindrop, so the damage just is not going to be there onto the Mars this time around. By the way, in case you hadn't noticed, Jonathan, the Blink Dagger is coming out on Moo.
Yeah, I do like that. It's like you said, they need a setup. They need a team fight to come in. I don't mind that too much. Durability, yeah, probably can come later on with the auras. Smoke out from Sand King Gómez. They've got their own blink up and running on Dutra, so should see some fights connect. Should be easier to land those arrows with a spear follow-up.
Oh, jump in. Husky, he'll be targeted. Not the most amazing target to find, but if you're SKG, you'll take it. Husky, though, is still somehow alive, still going with the disarm, gets the blast off as well, but will eventually go down. So SKG able to hand the kill over to Lund. And now the mid-tier 1 tower is going to be under siege. So Nouns, not looking to try and defend this whatsoever, are going to allow it to go down.
Just let it go down. You don't really want to force too many fights. Blink is flying out now on...
Oh, Lilith. Yeah, nice arrow from 9. Guessing he was in the tree line, and he was right. Lilith goes down as well.
Some nice pickoffs. And SKG, again, showing us signs of life. They've got the aggression lined up. They're hitting some early timings. They're giving space out for Leonidas. They are playing their cards right. Side of Nouns, opt to be a bit more passive. They will smoke up now with the blink up on Moo. Just need to see an angle for them to take. Gunnar as well. Still inching towards that diffusal blade here. And they are lacking that control, just the control with the inhibit, a little bit more mana melting. Good angle to find here though for the slam.
Arrow barely not connecting on Lilith's Gunnar. He's already caught out. Oh, Ducho, he's right in. He found the Pango immediately, but what an echo slam out from Moo. Coming in from the backside, Moo just cleans up. Oh, he locked all of them down. Luckily, they got the Moonlight Shadow off in time. So Ducho and Lund can get their way out of there, but you've got to be worried. The Blink Earthshaker, it's never fun to play against.
It's a menace. And they find this really good flank up north. Gunnar has to sacrifice to set that up, but it's well worth it in the end for Nouns. 1.6k gold going their way off the back of that fight. Yamson gets to come in and clean up that bot tier 2 as well. We're not going to have that slam for a while, but it's a big reveal for Mu. And I like that he's going for the BKB. Just having that dispel for the global sound is going to feel good.
Oh, Mu actually just jukes the arrow by going behind the creeps and blinks out, now finding Lund, or rather Lund's found him. His Mu should go down, and will. Another nice pick off by SKG.
Just getting some punishment out. Punishing that overextension out from the side of Nouns. But making them work for it. That's a lot of heroes to drag in just for the one. So Nouns get, again, a little bit of room to keep this farm up, keep this build up. Diffusal up for Gunnar. Would love to see him kind of use that inhibit in the middle of these fights. Melt through the mana with a swash into the Manta next to have his own dispel for the global silence. Things are starting to line up a little bit more here on the side of Nouns. Sand King Gómez again, looking a lot sharper than they did in game 1. This is not a stompy game coming out for Nouns. There's a lot of bite left in SKG, and Nouns are having to respect that. Some bits of good news coming out here. Clump up for the bot tier 1. Should be able to find it now. Very low HP, no defense coming out from the side of Nouns. Nouns, for their part, they're more than happy to farm. They understand their timings in this game is skewed to be a little bit later. You know, Yamson's just not ready to fight. You need a little bit more in your Pango to feel tanky. And you just kind of sit back and just keep that build up until you feel comfy.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yamson's finding a bit too much farm, I think, but I gotta say, London and their SF Leonidas, they're having a pretty good time right now. Not too far behind Yamson, as it's gonna be another smoke out. SKG, the remote mines. Oh, Husky, look at this, a lot of mines. Oh, Ducho jumped right in. He's all right. He'll survive through it. Lund will be able to zip right through and take down the techies. Well, Gunnar just pops the Rolling Thunder TP away. We'll lose Husky again. Not the biggest kill, but SKG, they're cooking right now, John.
They are. Managing to, again, get a grip in this game very early on. A good shake-up from what we saw in game 1. They know that they've got to play this one maybe a little bit faster than the side of Nouns, and they're starting to find that momentum. Leonidas gets the room to farm up into his BKB, not too far behind in comparison to Yamson farm. Neither is Lund. So you're almost about to hit that critical mass. Sanj coming up next for Lund for a little bit more of that stat resist. And for the side of Nouns, it does feel like you just need more. You want this shard to be up and running on Mu, just to be able to, again, get the follow-up control with the fissure. Gunnar also just waiting for more stat items up. This is the one of the low points of the draft for Nouns. Again, just needs a little bit more farm. More time that SKG is using very well up against them. Maybe not well enough to find the lead, but certainly enough to keep them on par here.
Seven to 9. Very, very slight net worth lead. Leonidas almost has the full BKB up. That'll be another kind of spike here for the SF. Ducho trying to go for his own BKBs. Just a lot of BKBs coming here from SKG. Arcane Rune even found out by Lund now, so seems like a pretty good time if they wanted to try and go for a bit of a smoke here on the side of SKG. I love the fact that Lund has literally had that Kobold just following him the whole time. It's giving him the gold aura as well. Like, it's 25 gold per minute, but like, it's still a free 25 gold per minute.
Just efficiency, you know? You don't question it. You have that creep follow you around, you be happy that you get that creep following you around. It's a nice amount of gold that does stack if you do keep that creep for a long time, so nice little pickups coming out with the dig. And again, just kind of working the map a lot better than we saw from game 1. Nouns for their part, again, just a passive game. You're farming up on Yamsun. Manta up, Butterfly next. Just wants to have this early impact onto the objectives. And the side of SKG, well, another smoke out here.
Here we go. Moonlight Shadow immediately popped as well. It's going to be a 5-man smoke from SKG. Problem is, they are going into mines. So, Husky setting up in a way where they know exactly where they are now. Nouns can just move to the other side of the map, and Husky lets them know that he's very well aware that they are around that area. Well, there you go. A bit sad for SKG, but that is kind of the techies for you right now. In fact, one thing they could have done is just use they don't have it right now, but the Kobold, you know, had you had one, just run it in first and see if it's actually got any mines around the area.
That is true. Kind of one way to get that done, which is why I suppose old illusion summon heroes were kind of a weakness for the techies as well.
Right.
Wouldn't mind that too much. They did, if they were really that worried about some of these mines, I think you can afford to just kind of pop them, get a reset, come back in. Not the biggest deal in the world here. For the side of Sand King Gómez for now, and they're clumping around bot. Waiting for Roshan to go through that gate, and they will have their opportunity to Rosh. With Yamsun around, it shouldn't take too long. Metamorphosis is ready, but the smoke out from SKG, very well timed here.
Yeah, that it is. Roshan is going down, but it's a very slow process. SKG, they're going to make their way over at exactly the right time here to try and intervene. Again, there are mines to give information here to Nouns that they are coming. They'll get that information now around the twin gates. They'll know where they are, but Nouns have the low ground, so they're going to jump in. No, already finding 9. Slun trying to go into the back. Meanwhile, Ducho, he does get the arena off, but Yamsun is there with the Sunder, so Ducho now trapped himself in a corner. He is trapped completely as they have taken down Husky, but Ducho has also gone down. Lund, in the meantime, still trying to find Gunner. Actually gets the Pango down. That's a big one. Keep in mind, Moose still has the Echo and does pop it right onto Lund. But he'll still just zip away. He'll be fine to TP up by the looks of it. They do at least get themselves Jubei, but well, now I'm not sure if they can actually deal with the Roshan. I suppose they still can with the Metamorphosis Yamsun. They're going to move in and try again.
Still have time. Although not too much time, but at least the full Butterfly is up in Yamsun this time around. Last time he only had Eagle Horn, so even without Metamorphosis, this shouldn't be too long. Onto the Roche. That secondary life should be going the way of Yamsun here. Lots of confidence now from now to just clear this up safely. Very even game again. 10-10, 1k lead up for now. It's not a massive core differential just yet. But the Ags does make Yamsun feel a little bit more protected as he is farming into the BKB. So going a little bit defensive now in the Terrorblade. Understanding he needs some control. Some counter control coming out for him. SKG for their part. And they're still ramping up. MKB coming out next for Leonidas, anticipating that Butterfly pickup from Yamsun. He's going to have his attacks just pierce right through. And you've got Lund. Again, full Kaya-Sanj. Falcon Blade, Witchblade up, has a DD bottled up, looking for the Hex. Just more instant control. Will take some time. Although,
zip in. They have got themselves Husky again. Lund's having a very good game on the Storm. 4th kill of the game, still unkilled here on the Storm Spirit. I do like the fact as well that SKG just keeping grouped up here in this game too. Not allowing those solo pickoffs to happen here from now on, just always sticking us 4 at minimum. They might have some issues though with Yamsun's BKB, like because the only thing that's really stopping Yamsun from going ham in these team fights is these stuns flying out, especially from 9 and Ducho. Well, once you've got the BKB up, you're not going to be anywhere near as afraid as you once were.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Now, Torment is going to be taken here by Nouns.
no. A little bit.
Chance will go to the techies.
You do enjoy the taser on your allies. I believe actually feels pretty good on Gunner. You can swash in with taser. You can roll in, I suppose, with taser as well. So
yeah.
They have some good combinations on hand. Smoke out from Nouns. They find the angle, the opening they've been looking for this entire game.
We're gonna try 9. And he has leap charges. Rolling Thunder is gonna be popped. One more charge of leap, and that was it. 9 still being chased. Nice little sidestep though on the staircase. Yamson's gonna move in, but can't really hold down the Mirana, but Moo can. Fisher will land, that'll be enough. It's just to support Mirana though. Question is, can Noun find a little bit more out of this? But they are gonna get themselves a tier 1 mid tower. Oh, Moo popped Echo Slam.
Oh,
Yeah, he
that's
did.
what I heard.
Gunner in the meantime finds Jubei at the top side of the map. So Moo went to pick up the Invis rune, gets the Invis, and somehow ends up popping Echo Slam. Not really sure how he misclicked it, but he's pressed the R button.
It's fair. Sometimes you hit that R button, you know, you don't mean to. It happens. At the least you don't die randomly. I guess that's the upside. I don't know how that's connected, but at least he didn't die from his own Echo Slam. I feel like that could be a concept in Shaker. You miss a slam, you take lethal damage. Wouldn't that be fun? I don't know why you do that. It sounds like an Ice Frog thing to do.
Yeah. You should have seen the river he Echo Slam, Jonathan.
Oh.
Huge waves. It's terrible.
Oh.
The river will never recover.
It's still there, Mike.
Yeah, I mean, it is.
Newsflash.
But it,
Mid-river's still there.
Yamson, he'll take down the tier 2 top tower. SKG, I mean, they're kind of letting this game slip away from their fingers here, I think. Now the net worth lead going to 6k for Nouns. Not going to be any kind of high ground attempt yet from Nouns. Again, they are playing this kind of draft much more conservatively. It's just no need to rush either, right? Like, you're playing TB. You know
Yeah.
you can go forever. It's a TB. He'll be right.
Yeah, no pressure. They are confident in their scaling. Although I would say Sand King Gómez does have pretty good high ground defense. Arena is always something you have to respect. Arena Requiem is even scarier. You just don't want to put yourself in an awkward spot here on Nouns. Just get that safe build up. Leonidas does have the full Monkey King bar. And he doesn't care too much about that butterfly on Yamson now. But he doesn't really have much of anything else just yet in the SF. So Yamson should still be feeling confident enough if he did decide to push out. Fourth core matchup still feels good. Tormentor now being taken by Sand King Gómez. Anything but Silencer. It is the Silencer, alright.
Dire's middle tower is under
That shard is just kind of a meme.
It is. I mean, Core Silencer enjoys it, but yeah, it is a bit of a meme.
Of
for
course,
support.
Silencer, how often do you see that?
Thankfully, not often, Jonathan, because the hero is,
There you go.
not my favorite.
There you go, Mike. The theoretical just doesn't even exist,
That's true.
is what it is.
Well, I mean, he could time the Glaives of Wisdom Silence, you know? It's 4 attacks.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Not that hard.
How does Silencer even do that? They smoke up on Sand King Gómez, but I have a question. How does Silencer enchant his glaives with his wisdom? Does he whisper to them?
Ninjutsu, John. Ninjutsu.
Ah,
SKG.
Sorry.
Smoke up is 5. It's a 5-on-5 smoke situation.
Is under attack.
what does the smoke do when you walk into mines? You just don't do anything.
That's true. Leonidas needs to be very careful because he's going to get stunned immediately. Global Silence is out. He'll pop the BKB, trying to survive through this, but Yamson is just manning up and fighting back. Leonidas, he does not believe in backing off. He just keeps going. It ends up dying as a result. As Jubei also goes down, so does 9. Looking for another nice Fisher. Not going to quite land it. Leonidas, I think his mouse may have stopped working for a moment there, John. Just felt like he was standing there auto-attacking without doing anything else.
Yeah, I mean, I get why. Global Silence was popped. You turn on your BKB. You feel the pressure to do something because Global Silence is a massive cooldown. Oh?
Okay, zip in. Yamson took literally no damage thanks to the Glimmer Cape, and now the Echo Slam means Lund is gone. First death of the game here for Lund. He can buy back into the game if he wants to, but he hasn't really got teammates right now. Have to wait for some respawns to happen, and I think no matter what happens, this mid-rax is definitely just going to go down.
Dire's middle barracks has fallen. Dire's
Do they want to go for the second? Without Metamorphosis, I think Nouns should probably just play it safe.
Radiant's
and it seems like they probably will.
Yeah, they just don't overextend. They don't give these opportunities out to Sand King Gómez. Now it's play a very disciplined game again in this game number 2, and show a lot of respect towards what Sand King Gómez can do on the high ground. So back to just a little bit more farm, a little bit more build up here. BKB coming out next for Moo still. Yamson, Fold, Daedalus should be flying out now. Into the Scotty next. Your addition a lot on this Terrorblade. And for Gunner, he does have the Harpoon up, along with his Diffusal, of course. So he has a lot of presence on Pango. You can use Harpoon while you're rolling, right? You can use items. I mean, you could inhibit, so you could Harpoon.
You know, I still haven't bought Harpoon once in one of my games.
How have you not bought Harpoon?
I just haven't had the opportunity. Like, I've been playing supports for one. You know, that's what I play. And I just haven't had the opportunity to like play a hero that actually wants Harpoon.
Yeah, play Abaddon support and buy Harpoon. You're still a support. You know, there's some justification for you, Mike.
Yeah, but then I'm gonna support Abaddon with Harpoon. Doesn't
It's
seem
not
very
bad.
good.
Oh, it's
Is
not
it?
that bad. Yeah. I crushed a Monkey King lane. This was Turbo. And well, to be fair, my friend's
think
low
it's a-
rank, so I'm not sure. But I made a Monkey King go 0-18 at some point. This Nyx just stood in front of me while I was sieging high ground and just said 0-18 Monkey King. And I didn't kill him. That was kind of mean, but I didn't say anything in all chat. You know, I let them do the talk, and I'm like, yeah. I did apologize at the end. I felt pretty bad.
Oh, well done, John. You ruined someone's turbo game. How dare you?
It's a turbo game. You just go next. It's 18 minutes of a stomp. Which is kind of what was the last game was. This time around, it's not.
But every minute of that 18 minutes was a death for Monkey King. I hope you feel proud
Almost,
of yourself,
actually,
Sean.
yeah. You are right. That was, yeah. Universal heroes. As they go into Roshan, who's a universal thing in Dota 2, will be taken out for high ground.
What if Roshan became a universal, not hero, but unit?
No, I'm telling
We
you,
do
if you
that?
leave anything in the pit for 5 seconds, he should reclaim it, and he instantly respawns invulnerable and hunts down your team. That should have happened to Boom. Did you see that game last night? Oh my god.
I did. I did.
Oh boy.
I saw it. We'd like to formally thank Natsumi for his moving nouns.
Do you mean Tsunami?
Bottom tower has fallen.
I'm sorry. He'll start moving in Metamorphs. Pop. Leonidas. Oh, side devices up here on Lund.
Oh, that's big.
Could be. Aegis is up on Yamsun. They're going to try and get rid of the first life, though Glimmer Cape is going to do quite a bit of work here for Yamsun to survive as he gets the Manta off. Global Silence was popped. He is still just fighting back, though, and Leonidas is gone. Yamsun, he was going for a Sunder. It will not work out. He'll lose the first life. He'll lose the Metamorphosis, sadly for him, but it won't really matter. Like, the enemy pulse one's just gone without buyback. You can just right-click these Raxes down, and he will.
They don't overextend. Again, playing very disciplined here on the side of nouns. They will back off. They've got their own Hex up and running on Lelith. They will smoke, trying to be sneaky and surprise them on his push.
Yeah, 2, 3, top tower gone. Hands are up here for Yamsun. Zip in, Lund. Still trying his absolute best to try and deal with the TBs. He does get the side device, but there's your Echo Slam out from Moo, landing onto Lund, barely surviving, but he's out of mana. And the right click from the tick, he's not going to land. The Swashbuckle going to miss as well. Oh, kind of gets tipped as Lund does get himself out of there. But the Mega Creeps are up. It doesn't really matter. Should be over. I mean, SKG could make a miracle comeback. This is Dota after all.
Oh,
They do go on to
Yamsun.
Yamsun. Yamsun getting a little bit low, but has Sunder available. He'll pop it. That'll be Ducho going down. And it might just be Lund going down as he's very low on mana. And eventually he will go, as he does call the GG before he does die. King of the Hill here for Lund. And, oh, he's gonna die. Yamsun's got it. Anyway, GG is called. Nouns get a 2-0 victory over SKG. And Nouns, that does mean they go back to being tied.